Hello.
Hello.
Could you please briefly introduce yourself and the work you're doing in the context of today's conference?
Well, my name is Andrej Hunko. I'm member of the German Parliament dealing with European affairs issues. And since 2010, I'm member of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. And I was invited today to this very interesting conference on poverty and inequality because I was a rapporteur on a report we discussed in the Parliamentary Assembly last June. It's a report on austerity measures as danger for democracy and social rights. And this was adopted last June with three-quarter majority here in the Parliamentary Assembly. And this report is quite a critical approach on how the different states, the European Union, are dealing with the financial crisis and is calling for a profound reorientation of the crisis politics. So this was a reason why I was invited, and I talked about this report, about alternative strategies to tackle the crisis. So this was a main issue. Yeah.
What do you think, in your opinion, are some of examples we can learn from, good examples of austerity measures implemented by states, if there are any?
Well, there are. There was another speaker coming from Iceland. Iceland is a country which dealt very different with the crisis. It was very hard affected in 2008 by the collapse of the banking sector, and they put the emphasis on saving the social model of Iceland, the welfare state. They didn't bail out the banks. They made a progressive tax reform, which taxes more the higher income. So I think there are a lot of examples from the Icelandic way we can learn. On the European level, I have to say that the main dealing with the crisis is fixed now is institutionalized with the fiscal treaty, and there's a big danger that this will lead to more austerity, more cutting in social issues in the next years. And if we look to countries where this happens since some years, for example in Greece, it deepened the crisis, it made a lot of problem, it increased poverty and inequality, and I think this is the wrong way.
What do you see as the biggest shift that will happen, or you see that it needs to happen in order for the situation to change in the context of social cohesion and
well, there's not one single issue. I think first of all, we should have a debate on, and we should understand that the way we are dealing at the moment with the crisis is the wrong way. We have to accept it. Let's look to Bulgaria. What happened there in the last days? It's a poverty revolt which leads to the resignation of the government. And at the same, and Bulgaria is a country where 25% live under the poverty line. At the same time, it is an example in fiscal terms. Just 15% of GDP is a debt. It's the Maastricht criteria is 60%, and we said, oh, this is the main problem. We should reduce to 60%. Bulgaria is much better, and just 2% of new debt. So on the for the criteria, which are now the main criteria for resolving the crisis, Bulgaria is an example. But in the reality of society, it's very, very bad, and it leads to this development we see now. So I think we should not concentrate on cutting social expenditure. We should help countries who are under pressure of the financial markets. I would say there should be a possibility even for the European Central Bank to give direct credits to these countries to make them independent from the financial market. The main problem is a growing power of financial market, and this power is used to build a new model of European state, which is going away from the social model. So we need to break this power. We need to regulate the financial market to make it smaller. We need to, I think we need to tax the high income and high profits of corporations. So these are some of the main issues we should look at.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to talking to you later.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.